G'day, it's Rob here. I'm just going to do a very quick, short video here showing you the mount that I use for my little micro air die grinder. This is the die grinder you would have seen me use on many occasions in videos. I use it in the workshop a lot. It does a lot of things that you can't do any other way, and even though I've got a full-sized wall-down tool post grinder, I often use the little micro grinder because it can get into situations where the wall down can't. So if you haven't got a grinder, a tool post grinder, these are the next best thing. They're very, very handy. They're quite powerful for their size. They use very little air, and you can actually run a small air compressor and your lathe at the same time without overloading your electrical system. So they're good in that regard. The mount for these is very simple. It's just a piece of, in this case, 8mm thick steel plate. 8 to 10mm would be ideal, and you've just got a hole bored through it, the same diameter as the alloy section of the little grinder. A slot. It's slitted through so that you can then squash down on the alloy body, and an Allen bolt going through to squash it up, and you're good to go. Just work out your centre height and make it you know, for your particular lathe. You can see I've got a thin section at the top and a thicker section at the bottom, so that all of the flex is in the top section, and it keeps things nice and rigid. So simple to make. Now, one word of caution with these little air die grinders, the best place to clamp the mount is right there, right where the alloy body is at its thickest, because it's got the threaded section of the nose come through to about here, so you're squashing down on a pretty solid section. You've got alloy over steel, so that is the place where you want to mount it, right there. Not in here or there or anywhere else. Mount it there, right on that section, and you won't do any damage, and it will be nice and rigid because you're close to the nose, and it's basically where you would hold it by hand. Also, on these little air grinders, this section here both unscrew, and that's how it disassembles. And in use in a rigid mount, because bearing in mind these were made for hand use, in a rigid mount you'll find that even though this one's got a locking grub screw and this one doesn't, they will unscrew through vibration, the very fine vibration. So that's okay, you can get around that. Unscrew them, put some Loctite on the thread, both ends, wind them in, and they won't come out again. But it can still be dismantled if necessary. So there you go. You don't need a huge mount to mount one of these things. Just a simple little light mount like that, and you're in business. And yeah, these things can do jobs that you couldn't do any other way, and it's a poor man's tool post grinder. $30, best thing you could ever spend your money on. Okay, that's it. See you next time.